Welcome back to the campus of NYIT in Old Westbury, New York. It's the final elimination game with the winner moving on to the championship round tomorrow to take on the Malloy College Lions. It's NYIT and LIU Post doing battle in Game 3 today. Been a long afternoon here in Old Westbury, but it comes down to this. Let's have a look at the starting lineups for the LIU Post Pioneers. They start shortstop Leah Mealy, the center fielder Samantha Marone, the catcher Julia Cedar, the DP Paige Swantek, third base Maria Palmieri, over in left Isabella Correo, at second Kayla McCoy, at first base is Ashley Melendez, and the right fielder from Smithtown Mackenzie Buckley. LIU coached by Jamie Apicella in his 18th season at the helm, 35-11. 700 wins this past month. Congratulations once again to Coach Jamie Apicella on a terrific career at the helm for the Pioneers. And pitching for the NYIT Bears, Laura McLaughlin, number 7, the junior from Gilbert, Arizona. 19-3, 69 Ks, 1.78 ERA. Good for number 2 in the ECC. And we are set to go. The loser will be eliminated. The winner moves on tomorrow to face Malloy at 12 o'clock. And you will keep it here. We will have the coverage for you on ECC.TV. And we are set to go. Leah Mealy, the leadoff batter from Longwood High School. And a slow grounder to second, over to first, and a quick out for McLaughlin. That'll bring up Samantha Maroney, sophomore from Holbrook, Sachem East High School. Maroney, a left-handed slap hitter, having a really nice weekend. Post been ranked in the nation a couple weeks this year, one of the top teams in the Northeast region. A lot at stake the next 24 hours. You start thinking NCAA tournament implications. 1-2 pitch to Maroney. And a ground ball to third, over to first, 2 away, 2 quick outs for NYIT.
The catcher, number 22, Julia.
Button off with a tough play at third, over to Zabilski. And that'll bring up Julia Cedar, the ECC Rookie of the Year, freshman from Piscataway, New Jersey. Top 5 in 9 offensive categories. Terrific season. Foul ball back at us. Good chain link fence separating us and that ball. And a ground ball to short. McCracken to first. Out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Laura McLaughlin. And that will retire LIU Post as we go to the bottom of the second. You're watching the final elimination game of the ECC Softball Championship.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Back for the bottom of the first here in Old Westbury, NYIT. Let's take a look at the NYIT lineup. At third base, Amber Buttonhoff. 3 home runs here in the series. At second base, Tori Duquette. First base, Kat Zablowski. One of the top players in the country. Number 19, Christina Pantasias. Number 10, Madison Smith. Number 44, Tiffany McCracken. The DP is number 42, Josephine Santagata. Left field, number 2, Ruth Rodriguez. And the right fielder, number 8, Kate Bejarano Moreno. And pitching for Post. Started yesterday, Ashley Martin. Terrific season, 14-8. One of the tops in the ECC in strikeouts. And number 1 in ERA. So we'll take a look at Amber Buttonhoff leading things off. Led off the game with a home run earlier this morning against Malloy. Malloy defeated Tech 8-5 in that first game. So Amber Buttonhoff, free swinger. Coach Stephen Christensen says does it all. Stephen Christensen in his 10th year at the helm for the Bears. First regular season ECC title in school history. Over 60 home runs hit for this team this year. So Buttonhoff starts off with the ball. Here's Martin. And a cold strike. 1-1 to Buttonhoff. Senior out of Port Jervis, New York. And just a bit inside. She'll take it to 2-1. Just missing the outside part of the plate. 3-1. Hitters count for Buttonhoff. And a cold strike. Full count to Amber Buttonhoff. Here's Martin. And a ground ball to short. Mealy over to first and 1 away. Leah Mealy playing a terrific shortstop this tournament. And getting the lead off Buttonhoff on a hard grounder, 1 away. We'll take a look at Tori Duquette, senior from Irvine, California. Slap hitter, hitting over 370, 12 doubles, has some power. And a cold strike on Duquette as she gives a little smile over to the bench. High outside, 1-1 the count. Two of the best pitchers in the conference going head-to-head in this final elimination game. And Duquette fights that one off, 1-2 the count. Teams have used pretty much the identical lineups throughout the weekend. The 2-2 count to Duquette. And a hard grounder. Mealy once again over to first. 2 away. So Leah Mealy continues to take over the left side of that infield.
First baseman, number 21.
Only a freshman, Longwood High School. Chilly afternoon here in Old Westbury. Game time temperature 57 degrees. The wind has died down, very overcast. And here's Kat Zabilski. Kat Zabilski, one of the considered the top 25 finalists for Division II National Player of the Year. 72 RBIs, 20 home runs, been quiet the last 2 days. Fouled off, 1-1.
How many times did he quit?
Probably every day since you started. What number of days is he working? One in a row? Yeah. Pretty sure you didn't come in.
And a fly ball heading right field foul.
Pretty sure I'm not allowed to work 20 more than 20 hours in a week, and I've done that in the last 2 days. It's crazy.
And with Kat Zabilski being very quiet, you kind of have that feeling that she is about to break out.
Wait, can you put that under the iPad? I don't want the magnet to ruin the iPad. What? It's metal. I don't know. That's magnet.
And there's a fly ball to right. That's going to get over the head, off the wall. Zabilski going in for 2 with a stand-up double. So Kat Zabilski, her first hit of the 2 days, is a double. Her 10th double of the season.
Center fielder, number 19.
And the first hit of the game. And that'll bring up Christina Pantages from California.
Yeah, it was decent, well done.
Big hitting weekend for Pantages. First team all-conference performer. So 2 away, NYIT looking to strike first. And the ball gets by the catcher. So gets by Cedar, and Zabilski will go over to third base. So 2 away with Zabilski at third. So 2-0 count to Pantages. They get 3-0. Christina Pantages, very patient swinger, gap hitter.
Be slightly careful with the camera. It's kind of a bit jolty.
Got 11 home runs on the season. And a cold strike.
Doing a great job there, Tyler. Well done.
So 3-1's the count. 2 away. Zabilski at third. And she will walk down to first base. So runners at the corners.
Catcher, number 10, Madison Smith.
And that will bring Madison Smith, very hot hitter from Tustin, California, the junior. So first and third, 2 outs. Just a bit outside. Ashley Martin trying to bail out of this inning. And a cold strike. So 1-1 the count. Make it 2-1. here's Martin. So a 3-1 count. Hitters count to Smith. A walk will load the bases. And Smith wastes it. We'll stay here at 3-2. So 3-2. Here's the pitch. And struck her out. So Madison Smith goes down swinging with a runner left on third. We are through one. No score here at the ECC Softball Championships.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We go to the top of the second inning. LIU Post due up Swantek, Palmieri, and Correo. So no score through one.
Player number 21, Paige Swantek.
Paige Swantek, senior from Smithtown. Hard hit ball foul. Cold strike to the outside part of the plate. So a quick 0-2 count on Paige Swantek. And a soft grounder. Back to McLaughlin. One away. So 4 consecutive batters taken down by McLaughlin. And that'll bring up Maria Palmieri, senior from Queens, New York. Evens the count up at 1-1. We've heard a lot of chanting by the benches during the course of the last 2 days. to be part of their practice plans. And a foul ball to the right side. Getting so contagious, people in the booth here are starting to chant with them. And ball gets away, and 2-2 the count.
Do you consciously know you're saying it?
Yeah, I get hyped every time. Get like chills.
I always have a smirk on my face.
Goosebumps, huh?
And a ground ball to short. Fielded. Over to first. 2 away. Nice play by McCracken.
Good job, Zay. Well done.
Left fielder, number 11, Isabella Correa.
So that will bring Isabella Correo, the left fielder, senior from Farmingdale, to the plate. A quick strike, 0-1. McLaughlin has not thrown yet today, so well rested. And up high, 2-1 the count. So Correo takes it to a 3-1 count.
Sometimes a bit, I guess, staticky.
Yeah, it's because of the connection.
Yeah.
The wire.
And a cold strike.
Reach all the way out.
And we are full. 2 outs.
It loses a little bit of the quality.
All right.
Because it has to go through a coupler to connect.
2 outs.
Maybe check it a little bit. No, it's fine.
And struck her out.
It was doing that yesterday too.
So Laura McLaughlin sits them down, and that will do it through 1.5. 0-0 in the final elimination game of the ECC Softball Championships.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit and in practice.
On the boards.
And beyond borders.
This is LIU Post,
a leader in business,
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
where entrepreneurs get their start.
accomplished alumni give back,
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
So we go to the bottom of the second here at Old Westbury on the campus of NYIT. Terrific job by NYIT getting the field ready to host this week.
Leading off for the Bears, their shortstop, number 44.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tiffany McCracken, the junior out of Murrieta, California.
Because it's we're they're Brookville, we're technically Old Westbury, and it's like a town ordinance.
Oh. Can't play on the Sabbath. On the seventh day he rested.
And a hard grounder to third. Palmieri over to first, 1 away. So Ashley Martin working ahead of the counts.
Designated player, number 42, Josephine Santagata.
And that'll bring up the DP, Josephine Santagato, from nearby Brentwood, New York. And a big swing, 0-1. Ball taken outside. 1-1 the count. Santagata with big home run yesterday. And a ground ball over to second, and trouble. McCoy couldn't field it cleanly, and Santagata will be we will score an E4.
Left fielder, number 2, Ruth Rodriguez.
And that'll bring up Ruth Rodriguez, the freshman from nearby Franklin Square, Cary High School. And squares to bunt. Ruth Rodriguez hit her first career home run yesterday. And that 5-home run outburst in a 2-inning span. So bunt attempt failed, and we are 0-2. So Santagata at first. 1 out. 0-2 count to Rodriguez. Ball taken outside. Fouled away. We'll keep it here at 1-2. Ball fouled off hard towards the LIU Post dugout. And a ball on the inside part of the plate. We are 2-2. And called strike on the inside part of the plate, and Rodriguez goes down on strikes. So 2 away. Santagata still at first, and that brings up the right fielder, Kate Bejarano Moreno. And a pass ball, and that will send Santagata to second base. A rare pass ball for Julia Cedar, the catcher. A little bit inside. 2-0 the count. So fights it off. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Santagata at second base.
I was like, what? Fly with a teammate? Or if you fly with a teammate?
There's many times things can get stuck on the net or like people's fingers.
That's right, girls and men get stuck on
And a cold strike. 2-2.
hanging there.
Snap your neck right off. Yeah. It gets crazy.
Put something on so the baseball players dance.
Let's go.
So 2-2 the count.
What do you want me to put on though?
Some dance music. Do we cha-cha it again? Probably.
And we'll run it again. Twos are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Crew over there. The three people dancing, John, Rico, and
They're all over there.
Yeah, but then I have to give them film. Last time I checked, I'm not.
Here's Martin.
You gonna run over there? Just do it. I'll just do it from the window.
Martin wanted that inside pitch. So full count, 2 outs. And struck her out. So Moreno goes down on strikes. No runs, no hits. We are through 2. And we'll be back for the top of the third at the ECC Softball Championships.
Up, grab a delicious latte, and head over to the NYIT Manhattan campus. First stop, Engineering Lab. Then off to Central Park for a bike ride. Stop by Times Square to pick up my show tickets. Quick call with my professor about our project to bring green energy to the Intrepid. Take a trip to the Career Center to pick up my internship info. Back to my place to freshen up before meeting my friend for dinner and Soho window shopping. Then back to campus for a study group with my NYIT Nanjing friends. Off to bed before tomorrow's new adventure.
Visit nyit.edu and create your own adventure.
So we are through 2 here in Old Westbury. We move to the top of the third inning. McCoy, Melendez, and Buckley are due up for the Pioneers. So McLaughlin dealing to McCoy. 1-0 the count. And a big swing, quickly 0-2, 1-1. Cold strike, 1-2 the count to Kayla McCoy, the junior out of Smithtown, New York. Even it up at 2-2. And fouled off again, 2-2. And a ground ball to third. Buttonhoff over to first, 1 away. So a slow grounder comes up throwing. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Ashley Melendez, freshman from Levittown. And McLaughlin with a first pitch strike, 0-1. And a ground ball. And a little too hot to handle for a Butenhoff. And that will put Melendez on first. And for the scorers at home, we're going to score it an E5. And that will bring up Mackenzie Buckley. 0-1 to start. Madison Smith will go out and talk to her pitcher. On the hands, foul ball. So quickly 0-2 to Mackenzie Buckley. Buckley showed some power yesterday. Home run. Her first home run of the year. And a called third strike on the outside part of the plate, and Mackenzie Buckley goes down. So 2 away, and Post brings the top of the order, the shortstop Leah Mealy. So 2 outs, Ashley Melendez first on a third base error, and here's Mealy 2 away. So 1-1 to Mealy. And a soft grounder to short, over to first. Safe. It took the official a little time to make the call, but Mealy a head first slide into first base. And it was scored in E3.
Number 4, Samantha.
So runners at the corners. Melendez at third. Mealy at first. 2 away. Soft ground ball to short. Over to first. Safe at first. And Post takes the lead. So Sam Marone legs one out. Melendez will score, and Mealy over to second. So 1-0 LIU Post. And a hard ground ball in the hole. Post going to come around again. Play at the plate. Mealy safe at the plate. 2-0 LIU Post. So a base hit by Julia Cedar brings Mealy around, advances the runners. And just like that, Post takes a 2-0 lead. And that'll bring the DP, Paige Swantek, to the plate. And all this with 2 outs, a couple of errors, and Post taking full advantage. So softer to short, over to first. And the inning is over, but not before the damage is done. 2 runs on a couple errors, a hit. We are midway through 3, and it's LIU Post 2, NYIT nothing.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
So we head to the bottom of the third here in the elimination game. Winner to move on tomorrow to the championship round. 2-0 lead for LIU Post, taking advantage of 2 errors in the top of the third.
Leading off for the Bears, the third baseman, number 4, Amber.
And that'll bring the top of the order up, Amber Butenoff. And a cold strike. One and one to Buttonoff, senior out of Port Jervis, New York. Cold strike on the outside part of the plate. So Martin ahead, 1-2 on the count. So Martin working the outside portion of the plate. 3 home runs for Buttonhoff in the last 2 days. And a hard shot to left. That ball's going to go off the wall. Buttonoff into second, thinking about 3, and she'll go back to 2. So Amber Buttonoff just continues the power hitting.
Second baseman, number 9, Tori Duquette.
So after a leadoff double for Buttonoff, no outs with Tori Duquette coming to the plate. NYIT looking to put something on the board. And a strike to the outside part of the plate. And Duquette thought about laying one down. Pulled back, 1-1 the count. Just missed on the outside part. Two and 1 the count on Duquette. Squares to bunt. And foul. Make it 2 and 2. So here's Duquette. Martin deals 2-2 the count. Buttonoff at second. And Duquette works it to a full count. No outs. NYIT threatening. And a ground ball to second. Over to first, one away. And Buttonoff goes to third. So one out, and that'll bring Kat Zabilski to the plate. A double in her first time at bat. Zabilski looking to tie this game with one swing of the bat. And Martin takes her inside for ball one. And that's a high fly ball. And that is tailing foul. A lot of height on that ball. 20 home runs, 72 RBIs. Not too bad. So 1-1 to Zabilski. Takes it the other way, foul. So 1-2 count. To the top 25 player in the country. One away. 1-2 count. Buttonoff on third. And a ground ball to first. And she'll put it away and keep Buttonoff at third. So now 2 outs. Buttonoff still at third base. And that will bring Christina Pantages to the plate.
Center fielder, number 19, Christina Pantages.
NYIT looking to put something on the board here in the bottom of the third. And a high fly ball hit to right. Back to the track, but caught by Mackenzie Buckley, and that retires the side. So Amber Buttonoff double. Stranded at third, no runs across. We go to the top of the fourth. LIU Post 2, NYIT nothing. Stay with us.
Grab a delicious latte and head over to the NYIT Manhattan campus. First stop, Engineering Lab. Then off to Central Park for a bike ride. Stop by Times Square to pick up my show tickets. Quick call with my professor about our project to bring green energy to the Intrepid. Take a trip to the Career Center to pick up my internship info. Back to my place to freshen up before meeting my friend for dinner and Soho window shopping. Then back to campus for a study group with my NYIT Nanjing friends. Off to bed before tomorrow's new adventure.
Visit nyit.edu and create your own adventure.
We go to the top of the fourth. Here in the elimination game. LIU Post with a 2-0 lead.
for the Pioneers.
And they will send the third baseman, Maria Palmieri, to the plate.
We'll tell him to stay out there and do it again. Easy job, Ben.
1-1 to Palmieri. Ground ball to short. Cracking over to first. In time. One away.
Left fielder, number 11, Isabella Correa.
That'll bring the left fielder, Isabella Correo, to the plate. And a foul ball. 0-1 the count. Off speed, taken for a ball, 1-1. And that's a line drive out to right field. And Correo on with a leadoff single. Let's correct that, one out.
Second baseman, number 12, Kayla McCoy.
And that'll bring Kayla McCoy, junior from Smithtown. So one away. Correo at first. Ground ball back to McLaughlin, over to first. 2 outs.
Be interesting to see what he comes back with.
So that'll bring up Ashley Melendez.
First baseman, number 17, Ashley Melendez.
Reached base the first time on an E5. And that moves Correo over to second base in scoring position. So 0-1 to Melendez. Big swing and quickly 0-2.
Yeah, just gotta get them on camera. I told him to stay out there.
Upstairs for a ball, 1-2. And a ground ball back to McLaughlin. And that's an infield hit. Hard hit ball back at the pitcher. And Madison Smith's going to go out and check on her, as will Steven Christensen. So 2 outs, first and third. She will stay out there. And that will bring up Mackenzie Buckley.
Right fielder, number 2, Mackenzie Buckley.
So runners at the corners. Two outs, first and third. And a cold strike to Buckley. Buckley struck out in the third. And a swing, quickly 0-2 the count. McLaughlin trying to get out of this one. 1-2 the count. And a ground ball to second. Tag the runner, and they're out of the inning. So no runs across for Post. However, they do lead 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the fourth here in Old Westbury.
The Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
We're back at Old Westbury. Bottom of the fourth inning. LIU Post with a 2-0 lead. Smith, McCracken, and Santagata due up for NYIT.
Now entering the game for the Pioneers and playing left field, number 3, Jacqueline Hahn.
Jacqueline Hahn playing left field now for the Post Pioneers in left field. So here's Madison Smith.
Leading off for the Bears, the catcher, number 10, Madison Smith.
Two strikes on Smith. So 1-2 the count. All outside. Smith works her to a 2-2 count. Ball in the dirt. Full count to Smith. Here's Ashley Martin. And a ground ball. Stabbed by second. Not in time. So an infield hit for Madison Smith to lead off the inning.
Shortstop, number 44, Tiffany McCracken.
So with the leadoff on, that'll bring up the shortstop, Tiffany McCracken from Murrieta, California. NYIT looking to get something started here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Called strike, the inside part of the plate. 1-1 to McCracken. Ashley Martin wanted that pitch. Didn't get it. 2-1 the count. And that's going to be a base hit to right. Moving Smith to second. And NYT has 2 runners on with no outs.
The designated player, number 42, Josephine Santagata.
So back-to-back singles for NYIT. Cedar will go out and speak to Ashley Martin, calm her down. And that will bring the DP, Josephine Santagata, to the plate. So here's Santagata, first and second. Smith at second, McCracken at first. And a ground ball to Mealy. Over to second, to first. Not in time. But Post does get the force. 1 away. Runners at the corners. So Madison Smith at third. Santagata at first. 1 away. Ruth Rodriguez. Struck out in the second inning. Laying down the bunt. Back to third. No play. But on the play, Santagata goes over to second base. Put 2 runners in scoring position. Squaring to bunt. Coming into home. And makes the play. So a shuffle on the bunt. And Cedar gets the tag down and 2 away.
Right fielder, number 8, Katie Moreno.
Great play by Ashley Martin to get out of the circle in a hurry. So now what was first and second with no outs is now first and third with 2 outs. So 1-0 the count. And Bejarano Moreno. Stephen Christensen would love to get Moreno on and have Amber Buttonhoff an opportunity with runners in scoring position. So 2-1 the count. So 2 outs, runners at the corners. 2-1 the count to Moreno. Make it 3-1 to Moreno. A walk would load up the bases for Amber Buttenoff. And ball 4 it is. So Moreno heads down to first. And the leadoff, Amber Buttenoff, to come to the plate. A double in the third. 3 home runs in the last 24 hours. And Ashley Martin with a first pitch strike. So 0-1 the count. And a cold strike to the outside part of the plate. And quickly, Ashley Martin gets ahead 0-2 on Buttenoff. And a waste pitch for a ball. 1-2 the count. One and two. And a little brush off the plate. Buttenoff 2-2. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Trailing by 2. And a foul ball off the foot. We will keep it here, 2-2. So bases loaded. And a slow bounce at a first. And picks it up, foul. So a new life for Amber Buttenoff. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, trailing by 2, bases loaded. Ashley Martin deals. Ball in the dirt. The count is full. So full count. The runners will be going on the pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. And stabbed, and the inning is over. So LIU Post holds NYIT down. No runs. We go to the top of the 5th inning in the elimination game here at the ECC Softball Championships.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice.
On the boards.
And beyond borders.
This is LIU Post.
A leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start.
Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. NYIT threatened, but to no avail. LIU Post was able to hold them down. So Post leads 2-0. Top 5 and top of the order, Leah Mealy, come to the plate. So 3-0 count to Mealy. And a 4-pitch walk for Leah Mealy. And the leadoff is on. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 4, Samantha Maroney. Base hit in the 3rd inning.
You don't know the song, that's why you don't play it.
What song? I don't know that song. And guess what? I'm pretty proud of it.
Play it for yourself right now.
Maroney squared. 2-0 game. Right now, the game has been decided by a couple of errors. And the bunt is down. Over to first. Safe at first. So she beats out the bunt. Infield hit for Sam Maroney. And that will send Leah Mealy over to second. A lot of speed on the base paths. And Steven Christensen will make a trip. Thought he was going to the pitcher, but he continues over to the first base umpire. So conversation taking place on the field. Looks like the sun is beginning to peek out here in Old Westbury. And Christensen will go back to the dugout. Not charged with a visit to the mound.
Catcher number 22, Julia Cedar.
So first and second, no outs for the Pioneers. And here's Julia Cedar. Base hit up the middle. Mealy coming around to score. Going to be a play at the plate. And gets Mealy at the plate. A terrific throw from Pantasias to Smith. Gets Mealy. So a single for Cedar. Mealy thrown out at the plate. Sam Marone goes over to second. And that brings up Paige Swantek. And Swantek, a high fly ball in the infield. And what was moments ago, first and second, no outs, is first and second, 2 outs.
Third baseman, number 5, Maria Palmieri.
And that'll bring the third baseman, Maria Palmieri. 0-1 to Palmieri. And that's going to be a high fly ball. Shallow coming on, makes the play, is Moreno. And NYIT dodges the bullet, gets out of it. Post still remains up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth here in Old Westbury.
Grab a delicious latte and head over to the NYIT Manhattan campus. First stop, engineering lab. Then off to Central Park for a bike ride. Stop by Times Square to pick up my show tickets. Quick call with my professor about our project to bring green energy to the Intrepid. Take a trip to the Career Center to pick up my internship info. Back to my place to freshen up before meeting my friend for dinner and Soho window shopping. Then back to campus for a study group with my NYIT Nanjing friends. Off to bed before tomorrow's new adventure.
Visit nyit.edu and create your own adventure.
We go to the bottom of the fifth. NYIT gets out of the jam in the top half of the inning.
Leading off NYIT, the second baseman, number 9, Torrey Duquette.
And Torrey Duquette will lead off for the Bears. Duquette, Zabilski, and Pantasias coming up. Strike to the outside part of the plate. Just missed to the outside part. 1-1 the count. Ashley Martin still working for the Pioneers. So 2-1 to Duquette. Make it 3-1. Tech needs base runners. Here's Martin. 3-1 to Duquette. And that ball's through. Base hit. Torrey Duquette gets things started here for NYIT in the bottom of the fifth. So the leadoff is on. And that'll bring Kat Zabilski to the dish. A double in the first inning. Zabilski has not connected yet. And there's a shot to center field. Maroney under it. So a hard hit ball by Zabilski. One away. So Christina Pantasias comes to the plate.
Center fielder, number
And a cold strike on Pantasius. So 1-1 to Pantasius.
That'd be the seventh inning.
So 2-1 the count. And ball foul, 2-2. So 2-2 the count. 2 Pantasius. And that's a hard hit ball in the gap. That's going to go to the wall. Coming around to score. And New York Tech is on the board. Tori Duquette scores from first base on the laser beam double by Christina Pantasius. So 1 away. It is a 2-1 ball game. Pantasius at second. Madison Smith comes to the plate. Ashley Martin is now at number 100 on the pitch count. And a ground ball back at Martin. Checks over to second, over to first, 2 away. So good play by Martin. 2 outs. The tying run on second. And that'll bring up McCracken. 2 outs. A cold strike. Kraken did not like the call. So 0-1 the count. Here's Martin. So 1-1 the count. So 2-1, 2 outs, 2 McCracken. So 3-1, hitters count. And McCracken will take the walk over to first base. So first and second for the Bears, 2 away. And that'll bring up the DP, Josephine Santagata. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Fouled off for strike one. Winner of this game will meet Malloy tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Ball fouled off. 0-2 the count to Santagata. Here's Martin. Fights off the outside pitch. So Pantasia's at second. McCracken at first. 2 outs, 0-2 count to Santagata. And a soft grounder. Going to be trouble. Gets her out at first. So out of the inning, not before NYIT puts one on the board. We're going to move to the 6th. And it's post 2, Tech 1, here at the ECC softball playoffs.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region.
What a dandy we've had so far, 2-1, LIU Post. This game is for survive and advance.
Pioneers and re-entering the game, left fielder, number 11, Isabella Correa.
And Isabella Correa re-enters the game, will be batting.
She's only doing 8 jobs. I didn't miss a song. Shut up.
So 1-0 to Correa. Base hit in the 4th inning. Just missed on the outside. 2-1. Fouled back. 2-2.
Red Solo Cup, can't do that. That's a good inning, 3 innings, 7 inning stretch.
And Correa goes down swinging. So 1 away here in the 6th inning.
Second baseman, number 12, Kayla McCoy.
And that'll bring the second baseman, Kayla McCoy, to the plate. Ground out in the infield twice. Ground ball foul. Quickly 0-2 to McCoy. A little high on the off speed. Almost bid on it. And cold strike sits McCoy down. So Laura McLaughlin with some terrific movement here in the sixth. And there's a high fly ball hit to right. That ball is gone. Ashley Melendez. A solo shot to give Post a little insurance. 3-1 here in the sixth. Ashley Melendez's third home run on the season. So Laura McLaughlin sits down the first two batters and then gives up a solo shot to Ashley Melendez. So 2 away, 3-1 Post lead. Here's Buckley. 1-1 the count to Buckley. And a ground ball over to third to first. And out of the inning, but not before. A single shot homer from Ashley Melendez, giving Post a 3-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Elimination game right here at the ECC Softball Championships.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice.
On the boards
and beyond borders.
This is LIU Post.
A leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start.
Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. San Antonio in the lineup now for LIU Post. So after a home run by Ashley Melendez, it's a 3-1 Post lead. Ruth Rodriguez, Moreno, and Buttonoff coming up for Tech. And a cold strike to Rodriguez. Just missed the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count to Rodriguez. And a cold strike. So 1-2 the count to Ruth Rodriguez. And a ground ball foul down the left field line.
Probably that public safety guy.
He's like, screw you, I can't put my lights on and put my music on.
So we keep it here, 2-2. Here's Martin. And a ground ball foul.
It went right under his hand. He didn't like bend over that much. Right? Oh, definitely.
And it looks like the fans are giving the error to the first base coach. And down swinging goes Rodriguez. So Ashley Martin with the high heater gets one. And that will bring up Moreno. And the ball hit down the left field line, foul.
Do you know, like, inning by inning, and then erase some of it before nothing's happened, and just keep it going?
That's why I wait till I confess.
So 0-1 the count, one away. Kate Bejarano Moreno. And a strike to the outside part of the plate. So quickly 0-2 to Moreno. And a ground ball. Third base over to first. Out of the dirt in time. So a nice play by Palmieri and a good scoop by Melendez. So two Bears down. And Amber Buttenoff to come to the plate.
Third baseman, number 4, Amber Buttenoff.
Big part of the lineup coming up for the Bears.
Relay for Life is starting on President's Stadium.
So they're jamming out though.
They can upload the sound system, so they have one for Wednesday.
The scoring is...
Can you hand me the walkie? Kid?
Stop.
And a ground ball to second. McCoy over to first, and the sides retire. 1-2-3 inning, 4 post. And we go to the 7th. 3-1 post. Keep it here.
Up, grab a delicious latte, and head over to the NYIT Manhattan campus. First stop, Engineering Lab. Then off to Central Park for a bike ride. Stop by Times Square to pick up my show tickets. Quick call with my professor about our project to bring green energy to the Intrepid. Take a trip to the Career Center to pick up my internship info. Back to my place to freshen up before meeting my friend for dinner and Soho window shopping. Then back to campus for a study group with my NYIT Nanjing friends. Off to bed before tomorrow's new adventure.
Visit nyit.edu and create your own adventure.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference.
So we move to the 7th inning.
Oh, there you go.
Can you get the dancing guy in the bleachers?
Fans are enjoying the day out here in Old Westbury.
No, never mind.
Leading off for the Pioneers, the shortstop.
So Leah Mealy will lead things off for Post. And a ground ball to short. We're cracking over to first, one way, quickly. And that'll bring up Samantha Maroney. Post up 3-1.
Center fielder, number 4, Samantha Maroney.
Samantha Maroney 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Ground ball to first, tagged, and a foul ball called. So puts the bat back in the hands of Samantha Maroney. Ground ball foul to the left side. So 1-2. And the off-speed high. 2-2 the count. And a ground ball to McCracken. Over to Zabilski. 2 away. So 2 quick outs
Catcher,
for McLaughlin.
Julia Cedar.
And that'll bring the catcher, Julia Cedar, to the plate. Round ball fired back at McLaughlin and gets out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pioneers, and NYIT down to their last 3 outs. Can they make the run? We'll find out when we come back.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region.
Who said you can't have fun at the ECC softball championships. That guy's having a great time out there. He's been dancing all afternoon.
This is my favorite part here.
He's not bad either. Look at that. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. NYIT down to their last 3 outs.
Yeah, that was great. Tomorrow.
I would be tuning in just to watch him. As soon as the game started, I turned it off.
The winner of this game will play Malloy at 12 o'clock tomorrow for the championship. And we'll have to beat Malloy twice. So bottom of the 7th, here we go. And the crowd starts to get lively. So Tori Duquette wants to get things started here. Two runs to keep this thing going. 3 to win. 1-0 to Duquette. And a cold strike on the outside part of the plate. So another cold strike, same spot, 1-2 the count. Here's Duquette. Ashley Martins pitched a terrific softball game. And going for the same spot, this time just outside.
Sir, you can't be there. Move.
And a hard shot to left and makes the catch. San Antonio makes the catch in left field. And now Tech's down to their final 2 outs.
Number 21, Kat Zabelski.
So Kat Zabelski. Double in the first. Hit the ball hard 3 times this game. Big swing, strike 1. And a soft grounder to second. Over to first. 2 away. And now comes down to Christina Pantages.
Center fielder, number 19, Christina Pantages.
LIU Post 1 out away from a berth to the finals tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And a ball 1 to Pantages. Pantages doubled her last time at bat. And a 2-0 count. Sounds like a couple hundred fans just got here over the last inning. So 2-0 the count. And a 2-1 to Pantages. And a cold strike. 2s are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Here's Martin. And in the dirt, the count is full. So 3-1 Post. Full count, 2 outs. Pantages. And a grounder foul to the left side. So here we go. And a ground ball to third. Over to first, and that will do it. LIU Post advances to the championship round tomorrow and face Malloy at 12 o'clock. So terrific 3 games we had here today at NYIT. We will be back on the air tomorrow at 11:55 for the championship of the East Coast Conference with the rights to go to the NCAA Regionals. So thanks again for joining us, and so long from Old Westbury.